Hi everybody, thank you for watching my channel today. This is Losing It, and I'm Amanda, and today is June 10th, and I have completed 25 weeks of my weight loss journey, and I'm working on completing a week 26. I'm kind of in the middle of week 26. Today is Monday, June 10th, 2019. And I was just going to give a 25-week update since I kind of missed my Thursday recording. I'm trying to record every, or post videos every Thursday, but I just started working a little bit, so things have been a little hectic. So I don't know if I'm going to have to change that date or not. So I'll just see how things go from here. And if I keep missing the Thursday recording, I guess I'll have to just record on a different day, and I'll update that as I go. Okay, so so one of the major goals in this weight loss journey, I've had the gastric bypass, and one of the big goals that was taught to me by my nutritionist was fluid and your fluid intake. And I'm supposed to be getting 64 ounces of fluids a day. And I have been struggling with that really, really bad because water is now a problem for me. It wasn't before surgery. I just didn't drink a whole lot before surgery. But during my pre-op phase, the 2-week pre-op phase, I did get up to drinking my goal and meeting my goal, and I felt really good, and I felt just overall much more resilient, stronger, alert, all kinds of stuff. I just felt a whole lot of benefits from that. I just thought to mention that I just went walking, so I'm like, I'm in my workout gear. But I will. Anyway, so yeah, water has been a struggle since surgery. It makes me nauseous and really feel bloated and uncomfortable. So it's been a problem. So I've tried some things to add to the water, like Crystal Light and things like that, Mio drops and stuff, but they tend to make me have diarrhea and dehydrated, and just really upset my stomach a lot. And the only thing I can think that's in those, could be the flavoring, it could be the sugar substitute that's in them. Other things that I've drank and consumed with fake sugar has given me the same result. So I'm thinking it's the fake sugars and things that are upsetting my stomach. So I tried water with some fruit. It just didn't flavor the water enough really for me to, and it didn't make enough of a difference nausea-wise. I still felt really nauseous, bloated, and uncomfortable. So it didn't do enough, I felt. I can tolerate warm water, like I shouldn't say warm, I should say hot water, better than I can room temperature water or cold water in the mornings. I find that to be true. However, drinking just hot water is gross. It's not very appetizing at all. Things like coffee, tea. I love tea, like coffee. However, I have to add sugar and cream to coffee, or just sugar to tea. So I don't want to do that. I would go ahead and do that because I can just add a little bit and get by, and it's fine. However, I am now having to stay away from caffeine. It makes me very anxious and panicked. So I can't do caffeine anymore. So yeah, as far as beverages in the morning, what I'm doing now is I wake up and I have to take a medication right away when I wake up. So I am taking that medicine with 6 ounces of juice, and that seems to be going okay. I am using orange juice, and I just look at the carb and sugar count and try to keep it, I think, just lower in the lower 20s. I don't go over the lower 20s with it. And if the 8 ounce serving has more than 20 grams of carbs, I just cut back the amount that I drink, 6 ounces instead of 8, or 4 ounces instead of 8, things like that. And then I have to wait 30 minutes before I eat or drink anything else after that medication. So the next thing I do when that time limit is up is I usually within that time limit I go exercise or walk. So I come back home and drink an 8 ounce cup of milk. And so that helps me get some fluids in as well. And it's also has protein in it, so I feel a little bit better, just with my conscience drinking milk. So I have added chocolate syrup to my milk though, but I only use a teaspoon. Plain milk is not appetizing for me, so I can't get it down. So I add a little bit of chocolate syrup to the milk, and that seems to help me get that down. And like I said, I only add a teaspoon. I think a serving size is like a tablespoon, and it's got quite a bit of carbs. So I just cut it back to a teaspoon, and I'm about to cut it back even more, like to a half teaspoon, because it's feeling quite sweet to me. So and uncomfortably sweet. So that's a good thing. And so I think I'll probably tomorrow my milk will probably only have half a teaspoon of syrup in it. And maybe I can get to the point where I don't need it at all. That would be good. And then I'm finding that I can have water after about 3 p.m. in the day. So after about 3 p.m., I can start drinking water and it doesn't nauseate me or make me feel bloated. I feel refreshed and, like basically how you should feel after drinking water. Um, but until then, it's kind of, it is what it is. So I don't get 64 ounces of water in, and that's disappointing to me because I really want that feeling of being alert and um, resilient and just overall health that I get from drinking 64, ounces of water. So I don't know. I'm still taking the omeprazole, which I don't know why, but it makes my stomach more sensitive and just overall more nauseated. So perhaps at my 1 year checkup, if I am still doing okay and I can come off the omeprazole, maybe that will help. Um, but I've still got 6 months to go before I can get to that year mark. So um, not sure. I'll just probably in the months ahead talk to my doctor about it and see if it would be okay to come off the omeprazole and see if it helps with my fluid intake. Um, but that's what I'm currently doing for drinking. Um, my vitamins are still upsetting my guts quite a bit. They cause cramping, diarrhea. Sometimes it's extremely painful. Sometimes I don't have hardly any reaction. I just try to take them with food, and that seems to help. But other than that, it just kind of feels like a hit or miss whether it's going to upset my stomach or not. Um, I still take the Fit for Me. Let me see. I have my vitamins listed down here on paper. So I still take the Fit for Me Forte vitamin, vitamin A, selenium. I've added zinc and I don't take calcium or vitamin B12. My vitamin, the Fit For Me vitamin, I don't believe has calcium in it. And my doctor does recommend that I take calcium in addition to. I just prefer not to because I don't have a calcium deficiency of any kind. I just kind of feel like if I don't need it, I don't take it. I do know that it's a given, like if you don't take your multivitamin, that you're going to have vitamin deficiencies with the gastric bypass. So I'm warding off any kind of, I guess, just trying to be proactive there and take my vitamin with that. But I already take so many medicines and so many vitamins that I feel like it's starting to be like a waste of money. It's getting to the point where it's kind of ridiculous, I guess. I take several different vitamins and supplements and then medicines on top of it. So it's getting a little ridiculous in my opinion. So if I start to have like a calcium deficiency, of course I will definitely, take a calcium supplement. But right now I'm feeling like if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing. So we'll see how that works or doesn't work. Um, so the food I'm eating, I still mostly just eat protein. And sometimes I can get in, healthy carbs like fruits and vegetables. But mostly it's just protein. I'm not eating more than half a cup at a meal. So I keep it to half a cup of food or less. Sometimes a half a cup is too much. And I'll experience some discomfort. Sometimes things still get stuck on the way down, so I have to keep the meats very moist. Um, I'm allowed to have some bread now, but I find that it's very, very like clumping and dry. So it just doesn't do real well for me. I'm not supposed to have breads and pasta and grains anyway because I have an autoimmune disease and I'm supposed to be gluten free. So that's a plus for me. It's just uncomfortable to eat breads, and I have missed them quite a bit. I have missed breads and things, but and just so here and there, I'll just have a nibble of a roll or a nibble of a biscuit, um, just every once in a while. So I can't say that I'm totally gluten free or that I'm really achieving that goal, um, but it seems to do okay with just a little bit here and there. Um, but I mean, I know I definitely couldn't eat a whole roll or a whole biscuit, I guess is what I'm trying to say, because that would be just too dry, too uncomfortable. It would get stuck, it would cause pain, just a whole bunch of stuff. So, the types of foods that I'm eating right now are scrambled eggs, yogurt, cottage cheese, chicken, ham, bacon, pork, lean ground beef, steak, cheeses, nuts, like almonds and pecans. I have tried sunflower seeds, and it did make me a little bit nauseous. They were salted too, so I don't know if that makes a difference. But I probably just go, I'll probably just take it easy on the sunflower seeds from now on. But um, let's see, I eat fresh spinach, tomatoes, bananas, apples, strawberries, blueberries, oranges, broccoli, pineapple. What other vegetables? Tomatoes, lettuce. Um, Carrots. I've eaten um, cantaloupe. So yeah, I mean those are just the things I can think of off the top of my head. But those are the things that I eat the most of. Um, and like I said, it's every once in a while I can get a little bit of fruit in or a little bit of vegetables in, but not very often. And I always eat my protein first, and I eat 3 ounces of protein before I skip on to anything else. And typically, I mean, before surgery, I used to eat one thing at a time off my plate. I know that sounds really funny or immature, but um, I don't typically like food mixed up together. Um, so what I mean, typically did before surgeries, I would eat my steak and then eat my potato and then my salad or something like that. So I mean, I was already used to eating that way pretty much, so that wasn't much of a change for me. But I think probably it is a big change for a lot of people. Um, Another big change is eating and separately from drinking, and that's been hard for me too because I have to take my vitamins and some of my medicines and some of my supplements with food. So in the middle of a meal, so I'll eat 1.5 ounces of meat and then have to take my vitamins, and of course that comes with fluids. So it's a little uncomfortable. It could be what's contributing to the cramping and the intestinal pain. But if I do not take my vitamins with food, it's extremely painful and I will be sick for a whole day at least. So I don't know what else I can do about that. If anybody has any tips or stuff that they do that helps with that situation, I'd love to hear it. Please give me a comment and let me know what you do to avoid that. But I think I said pineapple. I eat pineapple and it helps with digestion too. So I do still add condiments or cheese to meat to make it more soft and just less dry, especially well done meats. I typically do not eat meat well done because it's just too dry. But some things even in the crock pot can get overdone. And if it's overdone, I add cheese. If it's just typically a dry cut, like not a fatty meat, I'll add a condiment like, salad dressing or what's another one I like? Dipping sauce is one. I don't know if anybody like I guess like Chick-fil-A sauce style sauces, those kinds of things help soften the meat and help it go down better. Otherwise, it gets stuck and it's very uncomfortable and it's very painful. So that's what I have to do for that. So I don't know. I typically I use cheese most of the time because it adds a level of some grams of protein to the meal and it's fatty, so it helps just slide down and go down. I have noticed too that while I've been struggling with hypoglycemia, if you've watched some of my other videos, I've been struggling with hypoglycemia too. So I've noticed that when I add a little bit of fat, like fat from cheese or fatty cut of meat, that it helps maintain my blood sugar level and keep it from dropping. So so that's a little tip too. And I try to eat, like I said before, I try to eat some healthy carbs with the meal too, because a well balanced meal is better at stabilizing your blood sugar rather than just eating a meal full of carbs or a meal full of protein or a meal full of fat kind of thing. So that's been helping me. Let's see. My medicine, for those of you who are following me who have thyroid issues or have the autoimmune thyroiditis, the Hashimoto's, I've recently my doctor changed my thyroid medication from desiccated thyroid to synthetic thyroid, levothyroxine. And I feel like that is helping me a little bit. I think I feel a little bit more clear-headed and not so sluggish and groggy. I'm also just started taking testosterone shots as well, so that could be helping with that as well. The testosterone has given me a little bit more energy, and so far it's I think doing what it should be doing and helping me. I just don't have an abundance of energy. I don't know that I'll ever have an abundance of energy just because of the nature of the autoimmune disease, but but I do feel a little bit better these last couple of weeks since I've been on a new thyroid medication and taking um, the testosterone shot. So um, maybe some things to talk about with your doctor if you're struggling with the energy levels. But I've noticed since I started taking the new medications, I cannot tolerate caffeine anymore. It makes me, like I said earlier, panic and have a lot of stress. So I cannot do that anymore. Probably not a bad thing, but um, I was having coffee and caffeinated beverages to help with energy levels. So um, now that's just overboard. So anyway, I take Xyzal for allergies every day, all year round. And I also take Sudafed, a long-lasting Sudafed, because of the pressure and things inside my head, and it's like the only thing that helps. I already talked about my vitamins. Some supplements I take are cranberry supplement to just help with my kidneys and UTI because, not UTI, my urinary tract system because I tend to be sensitive to infections, urinary tract infections, because I'm not getting enough fluid. So so the cranberry has really helped with that a lot. It's helped a lot with that. I know if I haven't had my cranberry supplement because I'll start having symptoms. So I take that every day. And I believe I said earlier I added zinc, and that's just to help metabolism and energy production in your body as well. So I started adding that in. I believe the Fit for Me Forte vitamin does have zinc in it, but um, I take an extra supplement just because I just struggle with that kind of thing. So, in the future, I'm going to be making an appointment with my allergist to have more environmental testing done and food sensitivities done. So, I will update everybody on that because I'm having all kinds of issues with that. um, as far as my activity goes, I increased my cardio a couple weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks now. No, maybe even a month ago. But anyway, I hit a stall. As soon as I started increasing my cardio intensity, I hit a stall in my weight loss. Um, and then it just so happened I started working a little bit during the week. And so that took up some time that I would usually have spent working out. Um, and so I didn't work out for a couple weeks at all. I just started back today. So I increased my cardio and hit a stall. Um, so I stopped, like, it just so happened I stopped working out for 2 weeks because I started working, and so my schedule changed and all kinds of stuff happened. So it just so happened that I just stopped working out for a couple weeks. And I started losing weight during that period again, so that helped break through the stall. And then after about, I don't know, a few weeks of working, my weight loss slowed. I haven't hit another stall, but it did slow down quite a bit. So today I really put walking first, and mostly just to help my mood and my emotional health, I guess, more than anything else, but also to help get my blood pumping and see if it'll speed up my weight loss any, like it used to. I'm expecting that it will, but so that's what I'm doing. Today I walked an average speed of 2.8 miles per hour for 45 minutes. So I'm feeling really good emotionally and emotionally resilient and things. So walking always does great things for me emotionally. Um, so it also seems like it has helped in my weight loss. So I'm gonna start doing that again, and hopefully I'll see much better results. So I'll just give an update on my weight loss. So far, in 25 weeks, I have lost 77.8. That's almost 78 pounds. So I have hit I just had my 6-month post-op appointment. So in a matter of 6 months, I've lost 78 pounds. So that's, to me, is huge. I don't know where it's all gone. It seems like now it feels like at the time it felt like it was slow moving, but now it feels like those 6 months just whizzed by, like in a blink of an eye. I'm down from a size 22 to a size now 12s are a little bit baggy on me. 10s are still a little bit too tight, and uncomfortable, but so I still wear a size 12, but they're now getting to be a little baggy on me, and loose. So I imagine in a month or so I'll be down to a size 10. My ultimate goal is to be a size 4. I don't think everybody should be a size 4. I am 5'1", barely 5'1". So for me, and I have a very petite frame and not a whole lot of muscle. So like for me, that would be average, and I've looked into that. So some people might think, oh wow, that's tiny and unachievable. It's actually not for my height and body frame. So that's about where I should be. So I guess that's about like anywhere from 105 to 100, I think it said 118 pounds. So that's where I'm looking to be. So I've still got a little bit left to go, but I'm really happy overall with my weight loss. Very happy with my weight loss. I couldn't have done it without this surgery. I know I couldn't have, with my health challenges. It just wasn't gonna be a thing. So weight loss was not gonna be achievable. So I'm still super happy that I had the surgery, even despite struggles. I've had quite a bit of struggles, but I have also heard stories, other YouTuber stories, and follow other people on Instagram and things that have had a much harder time than me. So it kind of helps me keep my struggles in perspective. Like it could be worse, and thank God it's not. So, and then of course, other people have a pretty decent time of it and don't seem to struggle very much. They just go on, with life and make their changes and go on with life. Um, I'm thinking that, it's just a matter of time before everything falls into place for me and things get easier. So I'm just waiting out that time and trying to stay as positive as possible. And just taking one day at a time with it and just slowly working myself into back into working, and just exercising gently so that, I don't hit a stall, and so that I, can have the maximum amount of weight loss that is possible for me. So I encourage everybody to like this video and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. I'm just really hoping to make community here on YouTube and contribute to the weight loss community here on YouTube for everybody. And comment and let me know what you're doing in your weight loss journey. And if you've subscribed to me, I will also subscribe back to you. So if you do not have your subscriptions public, leave me a comment and let me know that you've subscribed so I can go to your channel and subscribe and follow you as well, and keep up with your journey. Until my next update, I hope you'll join me and continue losing it. Bye-bye.